Hello, beautiful sisters, and welcome to the wave of light that is coming through to us in this now moment. The date, if we need to know, is the 12th of January. It's Friday today, so we're still days away from our Capricorn full moon, and it just feels like I really feel that or Capricorn new moon, that it's a really fulfilling moon. It's a really fulfilling time for all of us, and I am just so grateful in this moment. This morning I was able to, we've had a lot of rain here, so the snow is pretty well gone now, and just a little bit hanging on around the edges, and a ton of rain, and I can see green grass, so I'll have to get my feet out on it today. And I was able to get outside today and really walk the shoreline, and I knew strongly that I was pulled to the shore today, and I'm grateful for the weather that allowed me to get out there and be with the mother essence. And it's truly this mother essence wave that is coming upon us now. So I did ask, and I'm not sure if you've all seen it on the event page. I know a couple of you have responded, and I thank you for that. I did inquire about Rh negative blood, just because something came into my news feed yesterday. It's a person I've recently connected with on Facebook. He's Canadian and from Nova Scotia. So there's just all these things that drew me toward him, and other dear sisters have been connected with him as well. So he put out a blog yesterday about Rh negative blood and the different blood covenants, if you will, down the genetic lines that have been passed on. And I felt a real pull towards that particular article because my mother is Rh negative. And I don't even think that she found that out in her life until she was in the hospital, like having children. So we're not Rh negative. And yet I don't feel that there's any, it's important. This is important for my personal journey of ascension and the point where we're at, where we are clearing bloodlines. And in fact, in some cases, such as Rh negative blood, healing that bloodline, because it's a really powerful pattern, if you will. And it's a very gifted, it's really those connected with that energy. They're saying it's said that it is alien DNA. So although we may not end up, I didn't end up with the Rh negative blood, I have always very much felt like a star seed. And this feels to me like confirmation of that at some level. And, we were talking about this coming eclipse after this new moon, the following eclipse, and how it ties back to the eclipse in August. And when I go back, last year we had the Great American Eclipse in August, and lots of the first karmic clearing message that I recall bringing through would have been around the summer of 2012, the Lionsgate of 2012, that this was, an opportunity. Karma was cleared. We had an opportunity for a clean slate. And although my mother may not connect with the divinity that's contained within her, within her own pattern, her blood type, her cellular structure, all of that, I, as a child who was born through her, I am here to recognize and acknowledge all of that. And that's the gift in itself. That's the gift of life in itself. So it just feels like, I don't know if that makes any sense to any of you. And I would love to hear your feelings around that whole idea. And I will share with you the article that I was guided to. And if you feel so guided to do the exercise, the clearing that he includes, then please go ahead and do it, because I feel it's important. Another important piece or key for many of us that has come into my awareness just this morning is a vlog that was put out by Patricia Coate Robles. And I've always loved her. I subscribe to her. I'm not sure if you know who she is. I will also share a link with that for her YouTube channel, or her first vlog. And then if you're in these messages, in this playlist, and then if you're interested, you can go and check her out. She's on YouTube, and you can subscribe to her and work through that as you feel guided. I really feel the importance of it, and the importance of finding this beautiful messenger today. And when I connect with this beauty this way, there is such a strong presence of bear in this stone. You know, the protection, the galactic connection. There's just so much going on here, and it's changing. And that's what I'm feeling as I connect with it again, because holding it this way, last time I clearly saw a bear right there, and I'm not going to point where I saw it. I'm wondering if you connect with him as well. And the mountains and the pathway. We've had a lot of these cards. Remember that first card, measure, that straight, that pathway that we're walking east to west. I see a guide sitting here now. I mean, there's just so much. It's jam-packed with information. And I really feel at this time we are to honor and nurture that Mother, Father, God connection within us, so that we can continue to shine, because God consciousness is on the rise, and not in the religious sense. Truly not. And yet there are a lot of, I want to say, figureheads from biblical times. That's you know, the story's time, that are here supporting us now. So not everything is lies. And I believe you know that, we know that. So yeah, Jacob, you know, kids are so funny. So I sent him a note a little while ago. We're the call is for freezing rain today. So it was quite mild this morning, about 6 degrees when I went outside. And by this afternoon, it's supposed to go down. It's 11:55. So you see Jacob's text. We're not doing any work. So he's sitting in religion class. And he was leading the class prayer today. That was one of the things they had to do for this class. So today was his day. And the school buses were canceled today because there might be freezing rain later. And so I took him and I said, it's a perfect day, because he's not big on public speaking. I said, it's a perfect day. And see, it's dropped to 2. It was 8 this morning and it's 2 now. And then it's just continuing to get cold, and -9 by tonight. So freezing rain. So I said I would come and get him at lunch. If you'd like, I'll come and get you after religion. He's done his thing, and I know that he has what he needs for English for the weekend. And I'm going to get him, needless to say, in about half an hour. But he wants me to come early. So give him an inch and they'll take a mile. And I find this is also, that leads me to speak about where we are with boundary setting. Because the energy has been interesting in the last couple of days, and I'm sure you felt it, and you've made, some connections. There's been a lot. You see that, how it's kind of staying there now? That's hilarious. The light is shining in, and it's shining from within, and it's shining upon us, and we are just to take care of ourselves, and the physical vessel body keeps coming up and up and up and up. And that is where our focus is meant to be. And again, clearing boundaries, like creating, speaking our truth, and having the conversations that maybe haven't been had. And I know in our house, yesterday was a great day energetically for me all the way through. And yet when everybody converged on the house by about 10 o'clock last night, when everyone was here, the three of us were all here at the same time, there's been a little bit of tension between the boys that I share space with. And it's nothing serious. It's just big energies, and, Jacob growing up as well and maturing. And so in some way, Jacob doesn't always understand that there's a consequence, and the ways that we speak to people, the words that we use, and like all of us. And so, me though, it's like the balancing point in the middle, because I feel I have my own feelings about what is taking place. And so it's having the difficult conversations. And then as a mom, it's having the conversation, the conversation with Jacob. So to support his development. So I feel for all of us, and Mercury is just finally out of that whole retrograde. We're out of it. We're on the other side of it, and just recently too, in the last day or two. So this is good. This is a sign of things to come. This is a sign of the times. In the earlier video, when I was for the singing bowl video for all of you, this card at the end came out. You saw, I would have shared that with you. We've already seen this before, and this is a beautiful sacred key, and I think it is Keeb, and this is representative, and I feel it I always feel it over the heart, and our tail is growing down from the heart. And many of you will remember my guides showing this to us, showing myself personally, this is where you are to anchor and connect from. We used to do it from our root and the soles of our feet. Yes, absolutely. Except the connection runs from the heart down through the physical body and into the physical body of Mother Earth, the planetary body. And so as I was doing the singing bowls, you will see the little recording was called Spheres of the Soul, or Spheres for the Soul. These cards were waiting, and this card came out next. The cards were sitting, what I'm trying to say is the cards were sitting here with this stone on them, the new messenger, the new guide. The seer stone. I keep hearing the seer stone. There's the bear again. I do see him. So this card came out, and it feels really beautiful, because to me, what I'm feeling is we had the root chakra singing bowl here, and this is feeling like very much living through the planetary grid, connected to Mother Earth. This is why we're in human form, and the multi-dimensional, the infinite, eternal essence of us lives within this human home at this point in time. And through our connection to Mother Earth, we live passionately, and we create streams of light. And it's the creation. It feels like this creation energy. I don't know anything about this card because I haven't looked at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do feel connection with the 7 there, and 7 has always been for years and years and years. before I knew a whole lot about number 7 was my favorite number. And I didn't, I feel what it's saying to us, 7 has always been the key within the physical experience, within the physical reality. So, Keep has already been shared. I've shared guidebook messages with you. I'm just going to open this book and see what we can, what's there for us to see, because I'm being guided to open the book. So that's what I'm doing. And again, I started reading the beginning of this guidebook yesterday, and I swear I was just like, oh my goodness, this is my language. I just felt like, and when I look at the timelines, and I'm not, when I look at the timelines of when this book came together and my own personal experience, it just feels like finally, a tangible source that helps me to realize my fullest potential in this lifetime. Realize that within truly is the wisdom of the stars, the wisdom of the heart, and realize the creative potential that we were all born for at this time. Okay. I know Linda's probably saying, it's in this part of the book. Page, whatever. Tell me a page. There we go. Page 54. 54. And the way we say this, and so this is a star glyph. The way we say this star glyph's name, it is Cheek Chan, serpent. Awesome. Qualities: vitality, passion, sensing, body wisdom, motivation, desire, instinct, creativity, serpent, kundalini, integration, purification, intimacy, pattern that connects, connector. Symbol: coiled snake arising from molten magma base chakra. Number 5, which is change. Color: flaming vermilion, orange red. Herbs: cayenne, cardamom, and fraxinella. What else? There's carnelian are the stones, fire agate, coral, and orange citrine. The element is earth and the direction is east. So it feels like at this time it's a new beginning on our earth walk. That's what I'm hearing. We now begin to walk the new earth walk. And this is a starting point. And we are called to walk through the gate. Walk through the gate in service to our eternal soul, to the greater good of the whole, to Christ consciousness, creative Christ consciousness, playing upon this truly mythical garden. And that mythical garden is birthed through each of us, and it's each of us being excited about who we are and being excited about what we know and what we're here to do and what we do. So just be good to you. The SOS Band. Who knows that song? Just be good to me is what that song says. But anyways. So the shadow aspect of this glyph is unresolved anger, making predictable choices based on familiarity and security rather than on intuitive wisdom. Over-identification with the body as its sensual desires. So I feel many of us are beyond that aspect. This is the polarity, if you will. This is where we have moved from. living from that. Because when I connect with that, it's like, you know, we have often made decisions and choices based on how something felt or because it was familiar. And, you know, a lot of times people, oh, because they didn't know any better, right? And we've held on in that space of fear. And we have used our physical bodies for, you know, it's that pleasure, that instant gratification. And we're now moving beyond that. And it's instant manifestation, really. And this is good. This is a very, very good thing. And the sensual desires, when that space is healed within our physical body, then it is expansive and it is intuitive and it supports intuition and creation. So that's just what I was guided to say. And the hands are coming together for the mudra, coming together at the abdomen and interweaving in snake-like movements at the chakra, ending with hands together above the head. So I would say something like this, right? Let's try that again. Or like this. And then like this. So that's just what I was guided to do there. The meditation, I am the flint and tinder of the sacred fire. I am the flint and tinder of the sacred fire. I am the tinder and the flint of the sacred fire. Affirmation. I joyfully access and experience the wisdom and vitality held in my body. I joyfully access and experience the wisdom and vitality held in my body. I joyfully access and experience the wisdom and vitality held in my body. Basically, we're being told that into passion prior your flame grows, lit lotus crown it will expose. And it's what it's saying to me. I'm not guided really to read it except to say trust. We have received that message time and time again. Trust. And this card, the first sentence says that is the vital life force that encourages you to act intuitively in the moment. Follow your gut level instincts and intuition. That's the first two sentences. And I feel that it's already been said in these messages. And they don't want us to, dwell upon it any longer. Dwell in the vitality of joy in your life. Dwell in that peaceful space that's within you, within your physical vessel. Beautiful physical vessel. And so on that note, I feel like saying, that's all for now, folks, and we'll see you soon. I'm sending you so much love, light, the deepest of respect and gratitude. 12:10. So until the next video, we'll see you then.